All right. I gave out an assignment. I want to do the solution to the assignment. And let's start from the first one. They said define organic chemistry, or what's the definition of organic chemistry? And you can see organic chemistry is the branch of chemistry that deals with the study of carbon compounds, especially hydrocarbons and derivatives. Derivatives can be other compounds like nitrogen, like sulfur, like oxygen, in fact, oxygen is found in glucose. So all those organic compounds also have other derivatives. They also have other elements. But the major element here that is being attached to them, or that is made up of organic chemistry, is carbon and hydrogen, and probably hydrocarbons generally. So that is the definition of organic chemistry. And if you look at that organic chemistry, also just like a natural aspect of chemistry, where elements are found in plants and animals. That's a natural one. Then the big parts of the question say, what are the meaning of homologous series? Homologous series is a family of compounds, organic compounds with the same functional group and general molecular formula, and they differ by what? CH2. It means that the alkanes have homologous series, and every members of the alkanes have the same. They have the same group, so they have the same homologous series, like ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane. All of them are the same homologous because they belong to the same family group. They have the same molecular formula, but their structure is different, but they have the same chemical properties. So all of them are homologous. So that's the definition of homologous series. Then the C part of that same question says, what are the three characteristics of homologous series? Then members have the same molecular formula, and then they differ by CH2. Then they have similar chemical properties, but the physical properties may change, because if you look at the first four elements, they are gases. Then when it comes to the center, they become semi-liquid or something there. If you go down from carbon 12 to carbon, then you see that some of them, those ones are solid. So they are physical properties, but the same chemical properties, they have they are the same general molecular formula. And that's it. The next question is, what are alcohols? Alcohols are organic compounds that contain an hydroxyl functional group attached to a saturated carbon atom. And the first three members of these alkanols are methanol, which is also the same thing as wood spirit, the ethanol, which is the common one, then the propanol, that's CH3CH7O7. So that one is, those are the first three members. Although the other members are, we have butanol, we have pentanol, we have hexanol, all that. But the first three members of methanol, ethanol, and propanol. What about the uses of ethanol? Ethanol is used as a solvent, probably to dissolve to produce something. Then we also have it can be used as fuel or fuel additive. Also used in making alcoholic beverages. We used to make syrups, used to make products. So if you are looking at these are the use of ethanol, so you can pick any two from that. Then we have question 4a, definition of alkanoic acid. Alkanoic acid are organic acids containing a carboxylic functional group. If you look at the structure really is RCOH. The R there is what alkyl group combined with a carboxyl group. That's RCOH, and so you can see the structure below. So if you are talking about R there, and the R can be anything, the R can be methyl, the R can be ethyl, the R can be butyl, as long as it's an group attached to a carboxylic group. Then what are the chemical properties of ethanoic acid? It reacts with base to form salt and water. It reacts with alcohol to form esters and water, that esterification. And then the carboxylic gas, ethanoic acid, reacts with metals to produce hydrogen gas. So that is that. And also, what about the meaning of isomerism? When we say something is an isomer of the other product. Isomerism is the existence of two or more compounds with the same molecular formula but different structural arrangement. That is, for example, that's 2-methylpropane and butane. They have almost the same formula, but the arrangement is different. That's isomer. And if you look at when you look at structural isomerism using butane as an example, it exists in different forms. So 2-methylpropane, which is branching, then butane is straight chain. Count the number of carbon atoms there, you see that it's 4. So you can see they have the same molecular formula but different structures. So anything that have the same molecular formula but different structures are isomers. Butane and 2-methylpropane are examples of that. Then the next question is, what is cracking in petroleum? That's cracking is the process of breaking large hydrocarbon molecules into smaller and more useful molecules using heat, pressure, and catalyst. I think it's used for to get produce fuel and other. So the advantages of cracking is that it's used to produce petrol and other fuels. They also to produce alkenes used for making plastic and also to improve fuel quality. We have many and more of those ones in organic chemistry. So then we have meaning of esterification. Esterification is the process or the reaction involving alcohol and aconic acid in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, which is SO4 to produce ester and water. That's when you have an ethanol plus an ethanoic acid to produce esters and water. So a balanced equation of that is on the board. Then what about the uses of ester? If you talk about ester, the first thing that comes to your mind that they are used in perfumes and also flavors to produce because of their sweet smell, and also used as solvent and also used in production of plastic. Then the last thing here is, what are the differences between addition reaction and substitution reaction? Although I would like to have described those ones on the board, we can still do that here. When you talk about addition reaction, atoms are added, that's addition. Then substitution is when one atoms are replaced, like sulfur can be used to replace an hydrogen atom. Then addition reaction occurs in unsaturated compounds, while substitution reaction occurs in saturated compounds. And so that's the end. Keep your fingers crossed. We are going to be looking at more and more other assignments which I'm going to be describing. Some will be teaching in class, we'll do some experiment, and that's that. So let's quickly scroll to the back. So I think we have answered all the questions, like cracking, like isomerism, and then we talk about the definition of aconic acid. Then we also look at alcohols, types of alcohols, then the homologous series, and the beginning that when we talk about organic chemistry. So have a nice day. Subscribe to the channel, and thank